Montana's food banks and pantries have managed to stabilize operations during the pandemic, there's concern how the growing number of COVID cases and economic pressures could pose new challenges this winter.
When the pandemic first started last spring, there was a lot of concern about the impact on Montana's food lifelines, but the pantries and food banks adapted.
Well, at this point in time, things are pretty much stabilizing within the pantries. We haven't seen a lot of increase as far as clients coming in.
As winter sets in for good and the pandemic intensifies, Carlson tells me there's growing concern about a new phase of problems. More restrictions could mean more layoffs and more hunger.
Here at the Montana Food Bank warehouse in Missoula, operations remain at the highest level of food security. There's no shortage of supplies. In fact, MFBN has been handling more product as some other warehouses have faced quarantine.
We are not doing any volunteers. However, we do have some off-site locations that they are doing some assembly of food boxes, so we've not been able to, we've been able to keep up with that and not skip a beat. Pantries are now going back to a little bit more of the client choice where they can come in and choose the products that they want, but others are still finding that grab-and-go model is convenient for them and it helps them serve more people quickly.
But Carlson says winter always means economic pressures on Montanans struggling with hunger. And this year, special programs ending create what's being called a commodity cliff.
All of these programs like Farmers to Families and a lot of other commodity programs are going to be eliminated at the end of this year. So just after the holidays, when everybody's going to be struggling, all of their utilities are going to be going up, healthcare expenses and so on, we won't have that little bit of buffer to lean on anymore.
Since it's still difficult to take traditional donations now because of the precautions, the best way you can help MFBN or your local food pantry is with cash donations.
Even some pantries are still restricting their food drives, so really think about making a donation to your local pantry or to MFBN because that's going to be able to get us the product that we need and the services that each community needs on their own.
One program that is up and running this fall is Hunters Against Hunger, where hunters can donate their wild game to help feed people in their communities. Last year, hunters donated 50,000 pounds of wild game. Full details on the Montana Food Bank Network's webpage.